It's a brand new season starting today, and we are kicking it off with a matchup against the defending champions on opening night. Last year was the first year that this team was projected to win anything, but this is the first year that I think it's expected that we will win. Not only, have a winning record like we did last year, 42-40, but be a playoff team that can avoid the play-in altogether. I think a play-in bid would ultimately kind of be a disappointment for this team. We are power ranked the 5th best team in basketball this year, which is, I think, why we drew this opening night matchup against the defending champs. Before we get into that matchup, however, I do, of course, want to go over how things are going to look here to start this season. I think we will start with a 10-man rotation at the beginning of this year. We're giving 16 minutes to the rookie Finley as well as Jalen Williams, 20 minutes to Paris Webb and Strother, and then 24 minutes to Anthony Simons off the bench. As for our starters, leading us in minutes will be Ken Nixon with 36 minutes per game. That's what he played last year, and I think he played well with them. Will Burke, 32 minutes per game. Jarris Walker, 28, and then 24 for Weber and Dunn to account for the fact that we have some bench players that are pretty good and deserve some more minutes. So it has to come from somewhere, and that's going to come from Webb and Dunn. So a little bit low minutes for a starter, but again, that's kind of what we needed to do to fit in a 10-man rotation. I think, in the long run, a 9-man rotation makes a lot of sense for this team, but who ends up being the odd man out is kind of the question there. I think come the playoffs, probably Finley, just on the account that he's only 74 overall, but certainly during the regular season, I want him getting minutes to help his growth. So this is what we're rocking with to begin the year. Taking a look at mentorships, we have Tyus Jones for Ken Nixon. Ultimately, there ended up not being a ton of badges for him to upgrade, especially because I don't even think he can get mini marksman because he's too tall for it. But I don't think it was a bad idea initially. That's kind of the risk you take with getting mentors before badge progression. I wanted him to get some good point guard badges. Turns out he got a lot kind of naturally himself, but at least he's going to upgrade diamond to silver most likely. Unfortunately, Paris Webb was the odd man out in terms of mentorships this year. Will Burke, another case of just the badge progression kind of took away a lot of Rudy Gobert's value, but we still got some value here in this one. We have Grayson Allen for Jack Finley, Deadeye set shot specialist and shifty shooter, and then we also have the exact same 3 badges that Strus is teaching Weber. So that should make both of our rookies much better shooters going into their second seasons, and there are our mentors. As for what I'm going to have the young guys working on, Will Burke, we had him at defensive last year. I think I'm going to stick it there because just the potential he has there is immense, and I want him to continue to develop on that side of things. Jack Finley, I'm going to put him on playmaking, mostly because what I said last episode is I think one of his paths towards a big role on this team down the line is replacing Anthony Simons potentially. And to do that, he needs better playmaking to be able to play some backup point guard minutes than what he currently has. So we're going to have him try to develop that. Irv Henderson, he's a stretch big, but I want him to be better defensively for me to feel comfortable having him play significant minutes for us down the line. Ken Nixon officially made his move over to point guard this year. We are going to try and continue his playmaking progression here. Guys like Jarris Walker and Julian Strother are probably pretty much done with their progression. Paris Webb, 2-way. Greg Weber, 2-way. So trying to get these guys just good off-ball creators. I thought about maybe putting in some playmaking for Weber too, and we might do that maybe next year. But I think this is what we're going to be rocking with in terms of training focuses for our young players. As for system proficiency, last year we used balanced because that was McKnight's second best scheme to defense. It looks like we still have a half star higher proficiency with balanced. having the rookie in, I think, is also kind of lower in that. Will Burke's also surprisingly not all that good with balance, which I don't know why that would be the case. Looking at what he would be the best at, I think it's grit and grind out of all these. Perimeter centric, he's kind of high too, but I mean, grit and grind is kind of defense adjacent. We're also only a 3-star here, so I think we're going to stick with balance this year. I could see us switch into either grit and grind or maybe defense later, but the only guy who gets better switching to defense is Ryan Dunn, which isn't surprising because he's definitely a defense-first prospect, but Greg Weber is like almost a 0 fit there. So balance for this year worked out decently well for us, I thought, last year, so we'll stick with it for this season. Ken Nixon is almost a perfect fit in a balanced scheme, and if your best player is a perfect fit in the scheme, probably means it's a good scheme to use. All right, time to see how we match up against the champs now. Opening night is also an in-season tournament game, it looks like, with the Warriors showing their custom courts. No banner unfurling in this opening sequence here or anything, so we get right into the gameplay. I'm very excited to see a couple of things for this game. Not only how we match up against our opponent here, but also I'd like to see what year 3 Nixon and year 2 Burke look like here. And Burke, a strong defensive effort there to force the Jokic miss and turns it into a slam on the other side. There's the rookie Greg Weber. I don't think that I like that his knee pads are red, so we'll probably switch those to match the color of his socks for the next game. Nixon, pick and roll with Will Burke, and he is wide open for the slam. The two connecting here early. Golden State trying to go inside to Jokic, stolen away by Burke. Inside, Jarris Walker spins his first points of the game and of the season in. And what a move by Warren Lucas. The spin into the behind the back had Ken Nixon lost. Jokic able to get by Burke for the 2. We've got an 8-6 game here early. Great screen by Burke. Gets him to the rack. The pick and roll. That's a play I'd love to see early and often in all of our games here this season if it's going to work like it has so far. And the block by Burke on the interior play from Jokic. I mean, he even got it to go back off of Jokic. And that's where we're hoping to see a big-time improvement. I mean, we want Will Burke to be improved in every area, but of course, the training so far for him has been focused on defense. And with that incredible size, we want him to be a force on the inside defensively. Jokic just letting the shot clock wind down. Now he'll face up. Pulls up, tries to go off the glass. He missed it, but goes back up for what is easily probably the most athletic play he's made in years. Good job forcing the miss by Jarris Walker. Going the other way, and Burke to Dunn. Great transition play there from the Venom as Thompson drills one home from deep. We're halfway through the first quarter now. Nixon finds Burke. No good on a solid look from beyond the arc. The Warriors run in, and the Euro into the dunk for Jonathan Kuminga. I don't even think the Euro was necessary there, but it added a little bit of flair. Ken Nixon driving off the baseline. Euro steps himself, but instead finds a man in the corner. Jalen Williams can't hit. What a second opportunity created by Nixon, and that time it's Anthony Simons. Also very interested to see what he can do in more of a sixth-man role now on the Venom. So far, I've liked what I've seen from Nixon starting at the point. I think he's found his teammates pretty well. He's already picked up a number of assists in this first quarter. Now he's going to take it himself inside for the easy layup. Simons with the top of the key. He'll receive a screen from Jalen Williams. Plenty of space from beyond the arc to drill that triple. His second of the first quarter. Double comes for Jokic. He finds Kuminga wide open, but He can't hit it. Pass ahead to Kent Nixon, who takes it all the way inside for the layup. Going against Marvin Mason now. He's only 5'10", so that makes that dribble pull up from the mid-range very easy for Frozone Nixon. Simon starts this game red hot from deep. Now his third triple of the first, and he didn't even start this game. Nixon makes it 2 more here at the end of the first quarter. The Venom already building a nice little lead here as Simon stays hot from deep into the second quarter. 4 triples now. Strother catch and shoot. He's got his second 3-ball. The long shot working for the Venom here in the first half. Nice pass ahead from Burke to Paris Webb for the layup. Jokic, baseline, guarded by Burke, and he blocks it away. Going the other way is Jack Finley. Finds space from deep and pulls it in from 3. The Venom lead by 20 already, and the first rookie to score is going to be Jack Finley off the bench. Jokic got the better of Burke that time. It's been a fun battle between these two so far in the first half. Spinning and firing up a shot from the post. Burke adds 2 more. Now he's up to 10 points, as you can see there on the bottom. Warriors running in transition. Kuminga, no good. And the rebound eventually finds its way to Jokic, but it's blocked again by Burke. That's the 3rd time he's gotten Jokic here in this game already. As Simons explodes to the basket. He's looked really good coming off the bench in this game thus far. Jarris Walker, pass ahead to Burke from the stop to the bucket. Burke is looking fantastic in this opening night matchup. This time he gets the double, finds a wide open Jarris Walker. He can't hit, but cleaning up the glass is Burke. Last season on opening night, it was very clear that we were going to get a different caliber of player from Ken Nixon in his second season. I think it is clear that we are going to see a different Burke this year. He is tearing up this second quarter. And really on both ends, he's doing a little bit of everything. We've seen him pick up some assists. We've seen him score. Here he's going to go with a lefty hook. We've seen him block Jokic a few times and stop him on others. That's a good look from 3, rattling home from Ken Nixon. Checking back into the second quarter, pretty much right where he left off. Here he picks up a steal. Going the other way, Jarris Walker finds Greg Webber inside. That's blocked away, but picked up by Burke. Up to 20 first half points for him. Going up top for the alley-oop. It's knocked away, but unfortunately right into the hands of Nikola Jokic. Pick and pop. Warren Lucas going downhill, and good defense, but a strong finish. Nixon going the other way. He's going to go right at Warren Lucas and gets to the rim. Some payback. Burke feeds Ken Nixon. Right back to Burke. He's got a smaller man in Jonathan Kuminga on him. He's going to just pull up from the mid-range, and he stays hot. We have built a 25-point lead in the first half against the defending champions. Jokic is going to get to the line here to end the half, but you could not have asked for a better start to the season here. Nixon looking fantastic. Burke looking fantastic. Simons just dropping buckets off the bench. I mean, we haven't really seen Greg Webber make an impact yet, but that'd be like the only thing. Jokic did still put up 20 in the first half. I mean, you can only slow him down. You can't really stop him. 7-15, I think we're doing a decent job on him. I think Burke's doing better than Jalen Williams, but that makes sense, obviously. 22 first half points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks in a half. He's going crazy. And the first half of Ken Nixon, the point guard, is 15 on 10 shots, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. And then Anthony Simons is 5 of 6 from the field and 4 of 4 from deep. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that up, but an incredible first half. Let's get into the second and try to keep this lead now. Burke on the elbow, going against Jokic. Blows right by him for an easy layup at the rim. Showing some nice patience there. Thompson going at the rookie. Gets inside and gets the layup to go. I like the defensive effort, though, but Thompson is just that good, but not good enough to get by Will Burke, who picks up another block. Finding Jarris Walker wide open in the corner. He's been one of the few guys that struggled in this game. But Will Burke continues to clean up that offensive glass. Nice passing from the Warriors leads to a wide open Kuminga triple. Nixon trying to go up top for Jarris Walker. It's stolen away, and Warren Lucas gets it to go in transition. Top of the key, it's Will Burke. DHO to Nixon. You know he's comfortable in the mid-range. 17 points now in this game for Frozone Nixon. Trying to go inside on Lucas, and it's blocked away. What a defensive effort there from Warren Lucas. Nixon trying to go at him again. This time uses a hop step to free himself up. Webb to Simons, trying to go behind his back. Don't know if we really needed that, and it's going to result in a Golden State bucket. Simons trying to get fancy. That's a great play from Kuminga. Jump in the passing lane. Looked to be a wide open play for Paris Webb. Instead, it's a transition dunk for Amen Thompson. Inside, Jokic had Anthony Simons on him. He's going to shoot pretty close to 100% in that matchup. Simons very hot in the first half from 3. Missing that one. Kuminga inside. Filipowski blocked away by J. Will. Simons steps inside and with a crafty finish gets 2 points at the rim. From the corner, Amen, he's going to go right at Anthony Simons. That's certainly a favorable matchup for the Warriors. Step back midi from Anthony is pure. Nixon looking inside. He finds Paris Webb, but is blocked away by Amen Thompson. Pump. Firing inside to Amen, and Paris Webb gets his revenge on Amen, blocking him the very next possession. Now he's going to go inside again, and this time it's Filipowski. Oh, man, Paris Webb, a couple of shots blocked here. Rough stretch for him, but catch and shoot bank from Ken Nixon off the inbound. Makes it 82-60, but 63 now with a Brandon Boston three-point shot, and Jack Finley, what did we just see? A beautiful spin. Gets him to the basket. Now Nixon putting in some work, and the step-back mid-range jump shot is as pure as it gets. Attacking once more. This time he's going right at Bub Carrington, who was an off-season acquisition by these Warriors from the Utah Jazz, who replaced Carrington with Luka Doncic, so I think they'll make that trade. Jokic trying to go inside on Will Burke, and he gets another block right into the hands of Paris Webb. Burke facing up, gets by Jokic again to the rack. Good start here to the fourth quarter. Carrington inside, blocked. Another one from Will Burke. This guy is on an entirely different level as a rim protector this year and a defender in general. And he gets another one. Looked for a second like he might have gotten beat by Jokic, but he did not. And this game is pretty much over. The Warriors would kind of clamp down defensively in the second half of the fourth quarter, so it ends up only being a 15-point victory. But make no mistake, Las Vegas had control of this entire ball game, and it was north of 20 the lead for the grand majority of this game. And this performance has to have you very excited for what we can see from the Las Vegas Venom for this upcoming season. Will Burke looked fantastic on opening night, and if he's going to play anywhere really close to this for the rest of the season, we are going to be a tough team to beat. That is for sure. Held Jokic to just 7 points in the second half, and Warren Lucas had a couple of really nice plays for Golden State, but 37, 4, and 8 for Ken Frozo Nixon in his first start as point guard. I think everybody looked really good in their role today. Ken Nixon as a point guard, great. Anthony Simons as six-man, great. Will Burke, second-year breakout, great. But that's all I've got here for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back very soon to continue this season, and I'll see you then. Fangs out.